Okay, here we are making the Pioneer Woman cinnamon rolls. The first step is to mix the sugar, the oil, and the milk in a saucepan and heat it up until just before it boils. And then you're gonna take it off and let it cool for about 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, here's the second step to make the cinnamon rolls. You want to let your milk, sugar, oil mixture cool down to about 90 to 105 degrees. And then we're gonna go ahead and sprinkle the yeast on top of the liquid, stir it around a little bit. And we're gonna go ahead and let it sit for about a minute. Right after the yeast has okay, let's start over. Set for about a minute, we're gonna go ahead and add the flour. Please note I'm doing this one-handed. Yes. Dun, dun, dun. Adding the flour. Yay! Flour added. And then you just go ahead and stir it. This is a no-knead dough, so you don't have to knead it. There's no need to knead. Stir it all up. It's gonna be a little sloopy, wet, but that's okay. In the end, it's just dough. Work it all in there, make sure there's no dry patches. Alright. Nice. See the consistency? Kind of gloopy. You're good to go. Alright, and then we're going to cover it with a kitchen towel, like so, and let it rise in a warm, non-drafty area for about 1 hour. And then when we return, it's going to poof up. Alright. Okay, about after an hour, the dough will have risen. And you throw in the flour, extra flour, the baking soda, and the baking powder, and you stir it until all the flours combine. And then we're gonna go ahead and start the rolling process. Okay, the next step was we added the flour and baking soda, baking powder, salt. And you kind of have to knead it to get all that flour incorporated. And then we're gonna go ahead and you stretch it out to a long piece, and you wanna roll it out to 10 inches by 30 inches. It's gonna be pretty thin, so just make sure you flour the surface so it doesn't stick to the counter. And then we're gonna go ahead and roll it out. Okay, I've gone ahead and I've rolled the dough out to a 10-inch by 30-inch long rectangle, as you can see. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I softened a stick and a half of butter. I chose salted this time. Her recipe says use melted, but I prefer softened butter when making cinnamon roll filling, because it's a lot cleaner and the butter doesn't go all over and you can rub it in better. So you just want to spread it out all over. It's nice and gross. If you have dry hands, also great moisturizer. You want to go ahead and get all over. Dun 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 dun. Let's see. My spare time, I'm also a masseuse. Not really, at all. Alright. Now I got all that butter on there. And now I'm gonna pause because I can't. Alright, so we spread the butter on, and now I've debuttered my hands. Lovely and shiny. And we're gonna go ahead and sprinkle 1 cup of brown sugar all over this buttered dough. She uses white sugar, but I really like the extra depth of flavor and molassesy thing that brown sugar gives to cinnamon rolls. It's a lot more tasty in my opinion. Alright, go ahead and spread that in. Dun 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 dun. I do believe next I need to invest in a tripod, because one-handed baking is interesting. Alright, we got all that brown sugar in there, 1 cup of brown sugar. We're going to take cinnamon. Can you see? Cinnamon ground. And go ahead and do a nice, generous sprinkle over the top. You don't have to measure, but I mean, don't put like a cup of cinnamon. That'll be gross and you'll be gagging. And you know what? I recently heard that that cinnamon thing, if you eat a tablespoon of cinnamon in under a minute, you could actually die. I know we made my little brother do it. He didn't die, but it was really gross. It just like, I don't know, stops up your salivatory glands or something. Pretty sure salivatory is not a word. I'm just gonna scratch that part from the video. Alright, so we got it all cinnamoned up. Awesome. We're good to go. Now we're gonna start the rolling process. So, how's this gonna work? So you kind of just roll it up from the edge. Dun 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 dun. All the way. I love making cinnamon rolls. There's something so awesome about it. And then I kind of tuck it a little as I go under, just to make it a little bit tighter. Some people vary on this technique, but I like doing it. Alright. So, that's how you do that. Go ahead and roll the whole thing up. See how pretty? Look how pretty! And I'm going to kind of pinch it to seal the seam so all the yummy, sugary, fatty goodness doesn't come out. Like so. Alright, and then I like to put it seam down as I'm cutting it. It just cuts a lot cleaner. Alright, now each log you're going to get about 30 rolls. So kind of find the center point and do your math. Okay, so I went ahead and cut the log into about 30 pieces, and then you're just going to lay them in the pans like so, just divide them evenly. You'll have some weird nubby ones from the edge that don't really have filling, but that's cool, just bake them. They'll be good with the icing on top. Alright, so at this point you can cover them with plastic wrap and put them in the fridge and take them out in the morning and let them rise for 20 minutes on the counter. Or you can stick them in the freezer, take them out the night before, put them in the fridge, do the same thing, let them rise on the counter at room temperature for 20 minutes. Or you can just let them sit for about 20 minutes right now and go ahead and bake them in a 350 oven until nice and golden brown. Alright, and that's Cinnamon Rolls 101. You'll come out of nowhere and into my life. And I know that we can be so amazing. And baby, your love is gonna change me. And now I can see every possibility. Alright, here we are drizzling the coffee maple icing on top of some rolls. Mom, go to the next one. That's 4. Dun, 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 dun. It's kind of thick, but that's okay. The heated cinnamon rolls will thin it out. It'll all melt into little crevices of yummy cinnamon goodness. Alright. Thanks, Mom. But I won't need to